From the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana, Cox Sports Television is proud to present the Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic Championships. Tonight, the number 1 seed, the John Curtis Patriots, and the number 3 seed, the Redemptorist Wolves, as they look for their second consecutive state title. Good evening, everybody. With Rob Mushmack, I'm Dennis McCain. A very unusual situation in the 4A game, Rob, because we have 2 defending state champions playing each other.
Well, we certainly do. Redemptorist steps up in class after winning the 3A title last year. They're in 4A, but they're back here again. The second team to move up in classification. This year's don't move up. Sterlington did it in 2A, but didn't win that game. But Redemptorist hopes to knock off John Curtis, who's won 7 of the last 8 4A titles, Dennis. Both these teams have huge offensive and defensive lines and love to run the football.
Curtis going for their 19th state championship, and they are led by a couple of pretty good running backs.
Well, they certainly are, Dennis. Kirk Bush on the season, 129 carries, 954 yards, and also Joe Gildner, 127 carries, 949 yards. So, Dennis, these are 2 guys that have combined for nearly 2,000 yards rushing the football, and they love to do it. They will lull you to sleep with that dive play and belly action all night long, then they'll pop one on you 40, 50 yards.
For Sid Edwards and the Redemptorist High School Wolves, Jay Lucas can carry the mail.
Well, he's the man. He's rushed for 3,500 yards in 2 seasons. This year, 1,444 yards, 22 touchdowns. They love to run it too. Their defensive front, as you see Jay Lucas there, one of the captains for Redemptorist, but they love to run the football. Their defensive front is big, and this will probably be a test for John Curtis because John Curtis wins the game in the trenches with their line. This is a Redemptorist line that can play with them.
Get set, everybody, for the 4A state championship game from the Superdome in New Orleans with Rob Mushmack. I'm Dennis McCain, and we're coming back exclusively on Cox Sports Television. In their white uniforms and familiar green, red on the other side for John Curtis. Rob, this is a game that a lot of people have been waiting for and talking about all season long.
Well, they've talked about it all year. Back in August, you heard John Curtis Redemptorist in the Dome, and here it is. Both these teams have lived up to preseason billing.
Well, Tommy Henry and the entire staff of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association, what a job they have done putting on the event once again, and what an outstanding facility to play for the state championship, the Louisiana Superdome. 48 minutes in a game, but a lifetime of memories, and this is what you play for all season long.
Well, it certainly is a trip to the Dome, and seems like we were just here, but it's been a whole year, and this ought to be a great matchup. 2 teams that can play with anybody at any level in the state, and big offensive lines, great running backs, good defenses, a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, and it just shapes up. On the drawing board, Dennis, in the book, it looks like a classic before it even starts.
And we'll start out with a presentation of colors at midfield. And then Earl Taylor from Baton Rouge will come on.
If you've never heard
Earl, get it done.
If you've never heard Earl Taylor sing, you're in for a treat. This guy needs to sell tickets.
On several different fronts, protecting our liberties and our freedoms. More than anything else, we would want peace to abide. With that in mind, think of it. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Let it begin with me. my solemn vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Would everyone
Superdome.
please stand for the national anthem to be performed by Miss Lydia Curtis and the John Curtis High School Band under the direction of Mr. Mike Pocher.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A great national anthem. It's the 4A state championship game. Let's thank some local sponsors in the different areas for John Curtis Cracker Barrel convenience stores throughout the state, Hampton Inns and Suites of New Orleans, Eddie Jacobs, and for the Redemptorist Wolves from Baton Rouge, Patty Nelson, Burns & Company, Patty Nelson, City Cafe, Squeaky, Miranda, Dennis Stewart, Equipment Rental, Phil's Oyster Bar, and Seafood Restaurant, Gus Piazza, the Berg's Drugstore, Greg Lowe, over in Port Allen, Avoyles Cafe, Brian Dykes downtown in Baton Rouge, Marino's Florist, Sam Marino and Trey, Style Masters, thank you, Kay Buxton, at Dykes Electric, Jay Dykes, Fruitland, Bill Schultz, Rusty, and all of the Pissolatas out at Fruitland, Tom Play and Tom Play, Welding Supplies, OJ, Bobby, Mike, and Keith, Baker Hardware, George Brown and the gang, and Mathern Construction Company in Baton Rouge, Mathern Contractors, Don Mathern, and Bobby Sheeps. Let's go down now to the third member of our crew, Tressie Linedecker.
Thanks, Dennis. You guys said it earlier. This 4A matchup will be a duel.
I believe you're going to see this game being played from the sidelines. Both coaching staffs tremendously have a lot to offer these two teams. And both of them have experience in playing for a state title. This should be a great matchup, guys.
So the Marine Corps presents the Big Dog Award every year, and it's given to a high school football player in the state of Louisiana. And today it goes to Jeff Robertson, 6 foot, 210 pound senior from John Curtis, and Leadership Award. And that's a good young man right there. That's a big award to win, the Big Dog Award from the United States Marine Corps.
Well, it is an outstanding award, and the Marine Corps, what a great asset they have been to the Louisiana High School Athletic Association.
At this time, the Nokia Sugar Bowl will present the principals and head coach awards to the respectful schools.
Well, look at the coaches, some of them over at Redemptorist.
The Frasina brothers on the left.
They can get it done, boy. These two guys know how to play some football.
John Curtis Sr. strolls out to receive his award from the Nokia Sugar Bowl, and seen a lot of football.
He's seen a lot, and he wants 19 championships after today. And he had surgery earlier in the year, but he looks like he's doing very well.
He's doing very well. It's good to see him up and moving around and doing well. And J.T. Curtis Sr. and his son, the head football coach at John Curtis. And I tell you, it doesn't get any better than J.T. Curtis. They've been here 24 times in a state championship game, counting today 18-5 in the 23 prior to today. And Mr. John Fobb, the principal at Redemptorist, has seen his Wolves.
A great friend of ours, Rob, and he is an outstanding principal at Redemptorist High School in Baton Rouge.
Has seen his Wolves now come here for the third time since 2000, winning it last year in 3A, lost 2 years ago. And there's the man right there. He brought it back to the Rock. When it was down, and was down for a long time, Sid Edwards came in, and Redemptorist football hadn't been the same ever since.
Sid Edwards named the High School Coach of the Year in America a couple of years ago. Nominated by, I believe, Warwick Dunn.
Well, Sid Edwards not only won a football state title last year, but coached the basketball team at Redemptorist to a top 28 title. So I tell you, that's going to be a tough year to repeat, but he's got an opportunity to do it, and it starts right here today.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Redemptorist won the 3A state championship last year. They move up to 4A, and when they moved up, the one thing that they said all year long is, we hope that we get a date with the John Curtis Patriots in the Dome, and they have that date tonight. And we're just moments away from kickoff as Curtis gets some last-minute instructions. And then they go onto the field, and you're looking at the Wolves across the way, and a nice crowd from New Orleans for John Curtis, and across the way, the green and white of Redemptorist High School playing out of Baton Rouge.
Redemptorist in the all-white with green helmets and green numbers. For John Curtis in the white breeches, red shirts with blue and white trim and the white helmets.
The Redemptorist Wolves, as Mitch Small says, are you ready for some action? Actually says, are you ready to rumble in the Dome? Wagensback has it teed up. He has it teed up on the hash mark at the 40, and here he comes. He's got a good leg. He puts a foot into it, and the ball is going to come down to about the 5-yard line, where McKnight is bringing it back across the 10 to the 14, but that is all as the Wolves come in and knock him down, and they charge down the field, and the first Wolf to get to him was Aaron Harris.
Aaron Harris just drove him into the mat. Came untouched from the outside on the kick return team and was doing a little headhunting, and he found some.
Johnny Thiel, the quarterback for Curtis, as you look at JT there, junior. Johnny Thiel's done a good job at quarterback for the Patriots.
Freshman.
He'll hand it off, and pounding it in there straight ahead for John Curtis is Joe Gelner. And Bird hits him for Redemptorist High School and give him about 4 yards on first down. A good 4 and almost 5.
Well, that's what they do the best, is run it, and that didn't look like a whole lot, but 5 yards on first down right up the middle. Said Edwards.
At first it looked like maybe 2 or 3, but then you look out there and he had gotten 5. And so let's see what they do now. Roll familiar formation, and straight ahead it goes for a Curtis first down. 2 plays, and Bush takes it for the first down as Alex McFadden was the first Wolf to get to him and shut it down for Redemptorist. Nothing ever fancy for John Curtis. It's a tough brand of football, and that's the way they play it, and that's the way they have been successful. Bush has it again, and he has running room, and he is fumbling the football. There's a pileup, and the players are scrambling for the ball, and the officials are coming in and looking under the pile. It would be a big break for Redemptorist. Still no sign. Curtis gets the football. Redemptorist thought they had it.
Here it is right here on the replay. There's the strip. Look at it from behind. Nearly fumbled it there.
That was Mott in the game who carried the ball. It bounded loose, and Curtis lucky to get on the football. Robertson was the man who was in there to get on it. The handoff on the right side, and a gain of 3 on first down, and the Wolves push back the ball carrier, Gelner, but Gelner picks up about 4 on first down as Washington hits him for the Wolves.
Second and 6 for John Curtis.
Once again, they have 2 men in the backfield, and they'll hand it in there to Mott again. And this time, a better job by Redemptorist, just over the 45. And out at the 46. Setting up a third down and 4 to go. Lathan, the Wolf who stepped in and stopped that play for Redemptorist High School. Third down and 4 to go. For Curtis, as Theo comes up under center, we're glad that you have joined us all across the Gulf South. And the keeper that time by Theo breaks it loose, and Theo pitches the ball, or at least fumbles it. I don't know if he was trying to pitch it or what that time, Rob. And there's a pile up, and Curtis gets the ball
Got
again.
it back again.
It looked like he almost was trying to pitch it to a trailing man
sure
that
did.
time.
Sure did. So Curtis recovers the second fumble. And Theo just kept it and found the opening, and lightning just blew through there.
Well, he was looking for a chance to go all the way. Now let's see.
Hit him in the knee.
Flew away, but
hit his own knee with it when he was running.
yeah, he just pounces away. It looked almost like he was trying to lateral the ball as he was running, but it was a fumble. Curtis gets it back. Gelner on the spot for Curtis to recover, but Curtis looks very strong on their first drive inside the Redemptorist 40-yard line, and they'll hand it in there again. And once again, Mott is crashing in for about 3 yards.
How good do you have to be, Dennis, of an athlete to start at quarterback at John Curtis as a freshman?
You have to be very good. You know, they have several quarterbacks. They've had some injuries this year, but that young man is, well, you know, he has 3 more years to play after this one, and you can look for him to be around a long time at John Curtis. He's a good looking athlete and a fine young man. In the handoff to the right side, and there's nothing there. The Wolves stacked that one up. It was Bush with the ball, and Bird, Torrey Bird on the hit for the Redemptorist Wolves.
Good penetration by the defensive front, the big man up front for the Wolves. Torrey Bird, 6'2", 290.
Well, this is the way Curtis likes to play it. They'll just pop it in there, Rob, and then all of a sudden they'll break the big one. And that's what Redemptorist has to watch for. And the linebackers have to be very alert to make a quick tackle before the ball carrier
Gonna throw it.
Get started, and then they'll pull it back and throw it, and they do, and it's dropped in the end zone. No good in the end zone. With a chance to catch that one was Mike LeGroux, and the ball was right on the money.
Nice throw by the freshman, and it, wow, I'd love to have that one back. And a tight spiral, and could have been 6.
Medley comes in to punt the ball for John Curtis. And a fair catch is called down around the 9-yard line, and that's where the Redemptorist Wolves will go to work in the 4A state championship game. Exclusive to Cox Sports Television with 7:53 to go in the opening period. Landon Sheets, number 1, is the Redemptorist quarterback. Johnson has the ball, and he's spinning, and he's fighting with it across the 15, and he leans out to the 16 where Dustin Gilmore stops him. But a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, it certainly was. Johnson, another good running back. Robert Johnson, 785 yards, 12 touchdowns on the season. They're running behind that big offensive line, 3 of them weighing in at over 300 pounds for the Wolves.
We hear a lot about Jay Lucas, and certainly deserves the coverage, number 2, but Johnson's a good back, and we've seen him do some spectacular things for the Redemptorist Wolves. Second down and 4 to go, and they'll flip it out to the right side, and there's the man again, Johnson, and Johnson runs over a Patriot and goes to the 29.
Just an extended handoff as they get it to the running back out on the flank, and he follows those 3 receivers. You see him 4 wide to one side, and just pitch it out to Johnson, and he just makes a play. He's got to use his athletic ability to make a play, and he does it right there.
Good cut to the inside, and then back out for the first down. The Wolves get away from their own end of the field around their own goal line. As they started at the 9, now they have it at the 29, and they have it first down. Wide receivers out to both sides. 4 receivers, now 5 going out, and Sheets throws the ball, and he completes it. He gets it to Fairchild, Jerry Fairchild. He's been playing since he was a freshman.
Flag on the play. Coming back.
And the motion call will cause the will back it up 5 yards on Redemptorist, but good protection for Sheets that time, and in a good play as Fairchild was cutting to the outside and he was open.
Against the white, repeat first down.
Sid Edwards looks on as Redemptorist Wolves with the ball for the first time.
Outscored their 4 playoff opponents by 111 points.
Sheets has a man open, that's Lucas. And Lucas has the ball, and Lucas is at the 45, and he is slashing and juking with it across the 50 to the 48, and a flag comes flying in. How do you lose a guy like Lucas? He gets open, and when he gets the ball, he's very, very dangerous, and he had a chance to take that one a long way. He does go across midfield with it, but Redemptorist is backing up again.
This is going to be on Redemptorist. They're going to mark it from the spot of the end of the play. So it'll be a first down. Lucas just kind of drifted out there and got it to him.
And you see some of the rubber fly up. It's on this beautiful field in the Louisiana Superdome, and a great place to play football. It's a first down for Redemptorist at the 41, and Sheets has a man in motion, and he'll give it to that man Johnson, and Johnson will cross the 45. He'll go out to the 47 with it. D-Mac and Fabacher.
Cody D-Mac, 73 tackles, 4 sacks on the season from his inside linebacker position. A couple of other guys on the defensive side of the ball for John Curtis just had outstanding years. Fred Holmes with 81 tackles and Chris Johnson, defensive tackle, 58 tackles and 4 sacks. These two teams have played each other, Dennis, twice, but not since 1978. They played in 77 and 78. Curtis won both those games. They haven't played since.
2nd down and 5 to go for Redemptorist, and a good-looking first drive for the Wolves. Sheets is pressured. Sheets is sacked. Champagne got him at the 38-yard line, and down goes Sheets, and several Patriots that time came charging in, and Sheets went down for a loss.
Good defensive. You see 4 Curtis defenders in the backfield there that time. Good penetration, and the cover guys did their job, and it results in a sack.
Champagne, and he had help from Holmes and a couple other Patriots that time as they got Sheets for the loss, and Sheets is throwing it out to the left side, and that one is well defended, but look at Lucas trying to pull away. He can't, and he's down at the line of scrimmage. Well defended by the Patriots, and they had several guys out there. Colby Arsenault and Brandon Jordan for the Patriots out on the right side of their defensive formation. 4th down and punting time for Redemptorist. Anderson is back in punt formation, and he puts a foot into it, and he drives it down the field to the 21. McKnight has it. McKnight is trying to find some room and trying to twist away. He can't. He's down at the 29. Redemptorist will get the ball for the 2nd time. The Patriots get it for the 2nd time. They had a nice drive that was stalled the first time. Valier is hitting the ball carrier, Geldner, who wears number 5 for the red-shirted John Curtis Patriots, but he picks up a long 2, maybe 3 on 1st down. With Rob Mishmack, I'm Dennis McCain. Tressie Lindecker is our field reporter. We'll hear from her again a little bit later on, and Thiel is keeping the ball, and he's finding an opening well blocked on the outside as he goes across the 40. And then he just crashes up to about the 44-yard line where Washington gets him right there. But it's a 1st down for the John Curtis Patriots.
Nice hole for him to run through right here.
The Redemptorist defense tackles very well. They run to the ball well. And that time you see as they come swarming in to get Geldner. But Geldner is just pulling a couple of Wolves with him, and he'll pick up 5 yards on 1st down. Washington finally got him to the ground.
Actually, they're going to give him 6. 2:54 to go in the first quarter of the Class 4A state championship game. Redemptorist John Curtis.
A rugged football game as 2 powerhouses in Louisiana are playing each other, and Mott is up the middle to the 45. That's a 1st down for John Curtis. Well, this first period is moving along, Rob. We knew that it would, as both teams have a tendency to keep it on the ground, and John Curtis looks out now on the field, and he sees his team with a 1st down at the 45 in good position in Redemptorist territory, and the Patriots are on the move for the 2nd time tonight. The first time they had the ball, it bogged down. Thiel keeps it, and Thiel is only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. They had that one well defensed as Latham and Valier were over on that right side for the Wolves from Baton Rouge. Redemptorist sends new players Couple into the game, the Patriots are substituting on offense, and now they have 2 men in the backfield and a wide man out to the left, and Theo looks to throw. He throws, but his receiver hadn't gotten to the point yet as he was trying to get it to LeGroux, but LeGroux was just starting to make his cut when the ball was thrown.
Never saw it coming, and now it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Redemptorist.
A big 3rd down play going. Redemptorist needs a stop here. Well, Sid Edwards has been a friend of ours a long time, Rob, and we have a great relationship with J.T. Curtis, and so we are glad to be here for this 4A showdown. The handoff back to the right side, and running room over there for Bush, as Bush is going down to about the 37-yard line, where the Wolves finally pull him down. Calvin was the man who got him. It looked like Bush might get the first down, but Calvin did a good job of holding him.
Great tackle right here. Well done.
4th down and a long 2 to go for Curtis, and once again they send the punt team on. And it's Medley who hustles into the game to kick it for the John Curtis Patriots. He stands back at his own 48-yard line, waits for the snap, and Redemptorist only has 1 man back as the flag comes flying in, and maybe that's delay of game on John Curtis.
Yeah, the play clock had run out.
Play again. Yes, red.
So they'll back him up 5 yards, and now we'll play at 4th down. And about 7.5 to go, and once again Medley is back in punt formation. Waiting for the snap, and he's standing at his own 42. He'll kick it at about his own 47. And he kicks a low one that hits the ground and goes sideways and will be touched down by the Patriots inside the 10-yard line at the 9. It's championship time in Louisiana. Join Cox Sports Television as we bring to you the Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic in all 5 classes. All of your favorite teams will be squaring off in the Superdome. Check your local listings for game times and catch all the action only on Cox Sports Television.
33-yard punt, and some of the Curtis crazies have arrived in the dome.
Pitch it to Johnson. Johnson for 3 on 1st down for the Wolves. And that could be the last play of the first quarter if Redemptorist wants it to be, because the play clock is just starting at 25, and well, it won't start at all because there's only 10 seconds left in the first quarter, and the first quarter will come to an end just the way we started, at 0-0, as the Wolves and the Patriots, Rob Mushmack, battle it out in the Louisiana Superdome. The 4A state championship game. We'll be back for more on Cox Sports Television. 5 state championship games, 1A to 5A. Lucas is hit, and hit hard in the middle of that time by Brandon Jordan. Lucas took it right up the middle, and the Patriots respond as Jordan came in and hit him. 3rd down. 3rd down and right at 5, a short 5 to go for the Wolves. Redemptorist is 0 for 1 on 3rd down conversions. Well, the Wolves put a man in motion. That's Johnson with the ball, and Sheets will flip it out to the right side, and it falls incomplete. Stats from the first period at the Louisiana Superdome.
Well, there you see it. 85 yards for Curtis, 46 for Redemptorist. Nothing else really stands out. First down's 5 for John Curtis. The running yards, obviously, John Curtis with 85. Time of possession, John Curtis has almost doubled it up.
Anderson is back to punt it again for Redemptorist. So Curtis punts Redemptorist deep 2 times, and this time they hold them, and they'll get the ball back in good field position, but it's muffed, but recovered by LeGroux. Well, that one bounced away, Rob, but it was right in front of LeGroux, and he had a chance just to drop on the ball and give John Curtis good field position at the 47-yard line.
Curtis has put it on the carpet 3 times, and fortunately, they've recovered all 3.
That one was a muff, and LeGroux goes out to the right, and he has a teammate out there with him. And Curtis is going back on the offense, and they'll hand it right up the middle to Bush. Bush is leaning inside the 45 to the 44 and give him 3 yards on first down.
Well, there's, I guess that's Patriot. Little colonial look to that Patriot.
Roderick Valier popped him for Redemptorist. Second down, 8 to go for the John Curtis Patriots. Two men in the backfield. Thiel with his cadence there as he calls the signals, and hands off on the left side as he moves out that way. And Mott has the ball, and Mott is down. Lathan came stepping in there, and Blaine Burns was assisting, and the 2 Wolves combined to knock Mott down, and only a gain of about a half on that play, and a big third down coming for John Curtis.
Third down conversions. Big part of any ball game. And John Curtis has one right here.
Curtis sends 2 men out to the left. That is Taylor and LeGroux, and they'll throw it out there to LeGroux. LeGroux's trying to get around the outside, but he won't do it because the Wolves are pursuing. And a pack of Wolves get out there, and down goes LeGroux.
Nearly got away from him, but good open field play by John L. Neal. And on fourth down, John Curtis will punt it.
Well, the ball was bobbled just a little bit, and Medley is set to punt it. And he's been standing in that position several times tonight, and Calvin is standing back inside his own 10, and Calvin's going to let that one hit the end zone, and it goes through the end zone, and so they'll bring it out to the 20. And the Redemptorist Wolves from Baton Rouge will play it from their own 20. They will be attacking, and from River Ridge, John Curtis will be on defense when we come back on Cox Sports Television. They have a good band at Redemptorist, and they have looked forward to coming to New Orleans for a long time, and they're here tonight. About 2 yards on first down for the Wolves as Lucas carries the ball. He's a tough young man, and he was on that state championship basketball team, and quite a player for the Wolves as they won the state championship over in Lafayette last year. Lucas gets 3 yards on first down. And very quietly, the clock continues to run all the way down to 8 minutes in 27 seconds in the second quarter. With Rob Bushmack, I'm Dennis McCain. Tressie Leindecker's down on the field. We'll hear from her in just a moment. Let's see what Sheets does. He has a little time, and he's rolling out to the right with it. He finds a hole, and he is out to about the 28-yard line. Jordan is making the tackle.
On that play, Justin Rogers kept it in at quarterback for Redemptorist.
And he was in to run that play to the right.
And Justin Rogers will stay in and give it away to Johnson. And he's running
Johnson to the outside, and they finally get him across the 40, out at the 43-yard line. And so Redemptorist tries something different as they put a new quarterback in Rogers. And Rogers hands off that time, and Johnson gets a first down.
Corey Carter on the stop for John Curtis.
A direct snap this time to Rogers, and Rogers will hand it off to Lucas.
Look
Lucas
out.
Reverses his field. Lucas is running, and the big man is going with it. Lucas can take it home. He's looking for the house, and he finds it. Touchdown, Redemptorist.
Jay Lucas reversed his field, and there was nothing out there till he had been about 15 yards, and he got through a couple of tackles and took it the distance.
58 yards for Lucas. Touchdown Wolves. Redemptorist on the board first, and they lead it 6-0 over John Curtis. Wagaspack will attempt the extra point. His kick is blocked as that one, they were having trouble putting it down that time, Rob, and a lot of Patriots come in and they block it, but the Wolves get 6 points. McKnight, I believe, is the man who blocks it.
Here's Jay Lucas. Let me take, no, not there. There's nothing there. Let's just go back the other way. Gets a couple of good blocks right there for one, and it's over after that.
Deceiving speed for that young man. Look at him just pull away. And McKnight tries to cut his legs out from under him at the goal line, but he can't do it. Lucas scores for the Wolves. You know, when he started coming to the left and then took it back the other way, then he was behind a picket fence over there for a while, and then
there you see your drive, 2 minutes and 1 second, 80 yards, 4 plays. Jay Lucas, 58-yard touchdown run. There's a look at Jay Lucas.
The Wolves will kick it off. Wagaspack is the kickoff man for the Wolves, and he's done it a couple of times today. And from the 40, LeGrew is looking for room, and LeGrew has running room, and somebody gets him from the back. Neal was the guy that got him. And it's a good thing he did, Rob, because one more step, LeGrew could have been off to the races.
Yep, shoestring tackle, but nonetheless, he's down, and that's the big part of it.
Cox Sports Television is your home to the New Orleans Hornets. Catch a total of 65 games a year. Jordy Hortberg and host the Hornets tonight, followed by Steve Martin and Gil McGregor with the call of the game. Check your local listings or log on to www.coxsportstv.com for a complete Hornets TV schedule. The handoff in there results in nothing. Latham was the man who interrupted the action, and that one was slow in developing.
That's because it was quick on developing on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, some big defensive linemen on the Redemptorist team, and they're holding their own in the middle now, holding their own with that outstanding offensive line of John Curtis, and Curtis continues to just pound it in the middle, and that's Gellner with it. Gellner gets a couple, but the Wolves once again do a good job on the right side. Latham and Valier, the two Wolves who stack it up.
Well, you know, there's got to be a lot of pressure on a freshman quarterback. We talked about it earlier, 5'9", 180-pounder, but I tell you, he's growing up fast.
You need to think about
when you're playing in when you're playing in the Superdome for a state championship as a freshman, I tell you what, that's a lot of pressure, but he's played well so far.
1 for 4 on third down for Curtis. The pitch out to the left side is to Mott. Mott is short of the first down by 2 yards on third down, and once again the Wolves have held the Patriots. Washington and Calvin chase him down.
So on fourth down, the Patriots will punt it again.
Medley to punt it. And Calvin is deep for Redemptorist. Calvin is waiting for the ball, and he gets it, and he's tackled from the back at about the 26-yard line. But Redemptorist has stopped him again. Gilmore down the field to make the hit for the John Curtis Patriots, the 4A state championship. Inside the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans, and the Wolves have Rogers in the game again, and that one is tipped away by Jordan.
Nearly picked off by Jordan. So second down and 10 for Redemptorist.
Very dangerous pass, and the Wolves huddle at their own 20. A good matchup in the 4A state championship game. These two teams defending state champions. Johnson in motion, but movement that time will cost Redemptorist 5 yards.
Dennis McCain, you look good in that Sugar Bowl tie, partner.
Yeah, you know, it's a good time of the year to have on a Sugar Bowl tie. That's the talk.
That's not going to get you in the door on January 4th, though, I'll promise you.
That won't buy an entrance to the dome.
Negative.
I tell you what, how many people have asked you for Sugar Bowl tickets?
I think, well, they just quit asking because the answer is no.
Yeah, I can imagine many fans that won't get tickets, but still will come down to New Orleans to enjoy all of the festivities. Johnson is running to the right side, and Curtis is chasing him, and a number of Patriots will pull him down out at the 22-yard line. Fred Holmes was one of the Curtis players who got him at the 22.
So we're down to almost 4 minutes to go in the first half. Very, very quickly played first half as you get a look at Coach Curtis.
Third down and long, and you don't want to turn it over here if you're Redemptorist. 3rd and 15, but let's see if the Wolves can pick it up. 1 for 3 on third down for Redemptorist. Rogers gets the direct snap, and he wants to throw it, but he's rushed, and he just flips it up in the air, and it's incomplete. And that time he was trying to get it to Calvin, but that was a dangerous pass as he was pressured in the backfield.
They hit as soon as he let it go and just changed the trajectory on the ball, and they were lucky that one didn't get picked.
Arsenault was defending. The Wolves will punt it, but this time they'll punt it from their own 21-yard line, and Curtis once again will get good field position. John Curtis has had great field position, but they haven't been able to put together a drive to the end zone. Mott has running room, and there he goes, and Mott is running down to the 30 as a flag flies in. So what is this flag all about, Rob? Is Mott brings it back.
Well, it's a punt return, isn't it? Blocking the back, maybe?
Yeah, you've been making that point all day. You see so many penalties on kickoff and punt returns, and we see another one there. Well, it's hard, you know, when you're trying to block it and everybody's flying, and you see a guy moving toward your teammate who's running with the ball, and sometimes you just put your hand out, and if you just touch him in the back, you get the penalty.
If you cannot see the ear hole of the guy's helmet, don't touch him.
It's tempting sometime, though, just to touch him in the back and block him off at the 47-yard line. Curtis again with great field position. From the 47, Thiel is gone all the way at quarterback. Bush has it, and Bush has 3 yards. Let's go to Tressie Landecker.
Guys, I'm down here with the legendary Coach Curtis. You have built an empire here at John Curtis.
Right, We've surrounded ourselves with great coaches. I think we have 3 of the greatest coaches in the country, and J.T. Curtis Sr., the head coach, then Michael Robertson, offensive coordinator. Then we have a defensive genius, Leon Curtis, who is the defensive coordinator. And our other coaches with us, these men have been with us at least 30 years apiece. So we keep a good coaching staff, and we get support from the parents, and we get some kids that want to play ball.
Coach Curtis, I know that your title at school is headmaster, but we need to know, are you calling any plays from the sideline?
Oh, no. Leave that up to the coaches.
All right, I'll let you get back and enjoy the game. Thank you so much for taking time out. Guys, back up to you.
Okay, Tressie. Rob, how many high schools can say that they've had 3 coaches that have been there for 30 years? The head coach and the defensive and offensive coordinators.
None.
None, exactly. John Curtis 1 for 5 on 3rd down. This time they only have a yard to go, and Redemptorist is bunching up on the inside, and there's a big play as they get Thiel in the backfield, and the Wolves pounce on him. Valier got him as Thiel was trying to get it to the outside.
Well, when you look up and you see 6 white and green helmets looking at you, you're in a lot of trouble.
The one thing that always sticks out with Redemptorist is that they run to the football, and they all know how to tackle.
Nice effort in the end zone that time by Joe McKnight, but he just couldn't get to it.
And so they'll bring it out to the 20, and Redemptorist will play it from their own 20-yard line. This copyrighted telecast of the Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of Cox Sports Television.
So John Curtis has now missed on 5 straight 3rd down conversions, and they've punted it back to Redemptorist.
An outstanding crew at Cox Sports Television doing an outstanding job in the 4A championship game as Johnson is taking the handoff for Redemptorist with Tressie Landecker and Rob Mushmack. I'm Dennis McCain, and we are glad that you have joined our telecast wherever you are in the Gulf South, and we hope that you've had a happy holiday season.
Johnson trying to get it to the outside, and the Patriots will have none of it as they converge on the football and hold him to about a 1.5 yard gain.
Sheets is back in the game at quarterback for Redemptorist, and the Wolves content now. Both teams had 3 timeouts left, but Redemptorist would love to go into the locker room just the way it is now. It's 6-0. Let's see what the Wolves do from their own 21-yard line. Of flag
delay
is
a game
flying in.
Delay a game. Gets White. Lead 2nd down.
So delay of the game is going to back the Wolves up 5. It'll be a 2nd and 12.
2nd down and a long 12 to go for Redemptorist at their own 17-yard line, and Sheets has 1 man behind him, and that man has the football, and he can lumber with it, and he can ramble, and he can scoot, and Lucas takes it out to the 39-yard line for the Wolves.
Jay Lucas. And you're right, Dennis, he's deceptively fast. Look at it right here.
Arsenault
Gets a good hold there and just comes right through it. And when that big guy gets moving forward, it's hard to bring him down.
But did you see him look to the side, and he saw a little running room, and he was slashing to the left and looking for just that little opening to take it, and he could have taken it a long way if he'd have gotten a couple of more steps. Arsenault had to run him down. For the Patriots, the clock goes down to 25 seconds, and the timeout is by Redemptorist, because now they can do just about anything they want as the clock is down at 25 seconds.
Defensively, the Patriots talking it over. 3 timeouts for John Curtis, 2 for Redemptorist.
Handed to the offensive line, though. They blocked that one very well, and they opened up a hole for Lucas.
Neil Weiner to the right, talking over some offensive instructions. Of course, Neil, the son of Catholic High Baton Rouge's head football coach, Dale Weiner. And speaking of successful 5A programs, Catholic High has been in the top probably 5 in the state in 5A for many, many years.
Only one man out to the right. They also have one out to the left, though, and Sheets is rolling out to the right with it. He's in trouble, and the ball is flying out, but the whistle had already blown. We could hear the whistle all the way up here, so that one's coming back.
Yeah, they're going to say that's the old inadvertent whistle.
Well, that's the old, your momentum had been stopped. In Champaign, oh, I don't know, but
like I said, I believe that was the old inadvertent whistle.
I think you were right on it, Rob, and we'll go to halftime. The Wolves glad that they're going off the field with a 6-0 lead after that whistle blows it dead. John Curtis animated as he runs out on the field. And the Patriots and Wolves go to the locker room. What a good first half. Tressie Leindecker's on the field.
Thanks, Dennis. I'm standing down here with head coach Sid Adams. Coach, both teams playing a great defensive game. You were able to go up by 6 points.
Well, we figured it'd come down to this type of ball game and turnovers and everything. I think both teams dodged a couple of bullets there in the first half. So let's hope we can hold on and figure out what we can do to move the ball a little better.
Coach, do you make any adjustments going into the second half?
Absolutely. I think offensively we saw some things that we think we can do, and we're going to go draw it up and take a look at it and see what we can do.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Guys, back up to you.
Rob, that looks like a lucky hat that Sid Edwards has on.
Either that or an old one, one of the two.
Well, we're going to pause for a moment, and we will come back. We will with halftime festivities on Cox Sports Television. Time festivities in the Louisiana Superdome.
bracelet, which is presented to the mother of a United States Marine serving our country. At midfield, Miss Libby Hardaway, escorted by Sergeant Cornell Peters, is being presented the award by Sergeant Letitia Murphy. The United States Marine Corps would like to thank you, Ms. Hardaway, for allowing your son Brandon, a graduate of Redemptorist High School, to serve this great country as a United States Marine. Thank you, and thank you for your son's service to our country. And now, at midfield, we have the presentation of the poster contest winner. Each year, the Louisiana High School Athletic Association conducts a statewide poster contest to design the cover of the official program. If you look on the cover of your program, this year's winner, the poster was designed by Mr. Michael Hathorn. Michael is a student at Pineville High School. He is the son of Dr. and Mrs. Tom Hathorn. The contest is sponsored by the Southern Quality Ford dealers. On the infield, we have Mr. Greg Waddell of Gateway Ford in Ponchatoula, representing the Southern Quality Ford dealers, presenting a framed copy of the winning poster to Mr. Michael Hathorn. Also at midfield, Mr. Cecil J. Picard, Louisiana State Superintendent of Education, is presenting a check to Michael on behalf of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association. As a symbol of our appreciation for the various groups that help us put on the Superdome Classic, LHSAA Commissioner Tommy Henry will present Mr. Greg Waddell a commemorative copy of the winning poster to the Southern Quality Ford dealers for their support of our statewide poster contest. Superintendent Cecil Picard will now present Mr. Richard Smith, Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic Chairman, a copy of the framed poster representing the Nokia Sugar Bowl's sponsorship of the state football championships. Mr. Picard will also present Mr. Bill Curl, representing the Louisiana Superdome, a framed copy as well. The Louisiana High School Athletic Association, sincere appreciation, thanks the Louisiana Superdome, Nokia Sugar Bowl, and the Southern Quality Ford dealers. Thank you all, and congratulations to Michael Hathorn. We also have a framed copy to go to the high school in which Michael attends, which is Pineville High School. A commemorative poster is being presented to Principal Dwayne Lemoyne. We would also like to recognize Michael's art teachers, Ms. Jeannie Basco and Mr. Joe Campbell. Inductee. Also with us tonight, we have Miss Louisiana USA, Miss Melissa McConnell. Melissa is the daughter of Billy and Melissa McConnell. She is a graduate of Ruston High School. She is graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in journalism from Texas A&M. Also has a law degree from LSU Law Center and will represent Louisiana in Miss USA 2004. Congratulations, Melissa McConnell. Also with us, Miss Shelley Hennig. Shelley is the current Miss Louisiana Teen USA. She is a junior at Destrehan High School and is the daughter of Kathy and Glenn Hennig. Shelley will represent Louisiana in August at the Miss Teen USA. Louisiana High School students doing well. Congratulations, ladies. And thank you for attending the 2003 Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic.
We'll be back with more right after we pause for a moment on Cox Sports Television. Welcome back, everybody, inside the Louisiana Superdome, where the Redemptorist Wolves hold a 6-0 lead over the John Curtis Patriots at halftime. With Rob Mushmak, I'm Dennis McCain, and we hope that you are enjoying the 4A state championship game. A defensive struggle in the first half.
Well, it certainly wasn't. It was a battle of field position. John Curtis had incredible starting field position the entire half and just could not capitalize on it. Here you see early on the tackle on the third down play by Redemptorist, which forced a punt, and they played excellent defense in the first half. Actually, both defenses played very well. Here's the Jay Lucas touchdown run. Just nothing where he's supposed to go. Takes it all the way back across the field and takes it the distance for the touchdown. But what we were saying, Dennis, is that John Curtis started in Redemptorist territory twice out of their 5 drives. Redemptorist is yet to start past their own 20, but yet they lead at 6-0 on the touchdown run. Here you're taking a look here at defense by Redemptorist. More good defense by Redemptorist. They played it well in the first half, stopping another John Curtis option play. And then again, Jay Lucas again, another big run by Jay Lucas of nearly 30 yards as he just blew through a huge hole in the offensive front. Let's take a look at the statistics in the first half. You see rushing yards, Redemptorist with 123. The passing yards, neither team putting it up much. Total yards, Redemptorist is ahead, 149 to 102. First downs even. Penalties, there were 6 in the first half. That really hasn't been a factor. No turnovers. That could be big. Whoever turns it over in the second half when you defensive struggle, you certainly don't want to be the one to turn it over. The first time we thought we had a turnover near the end of the first half, but the officials said the whistle had blown, negating a John Curtis touchdown.
We'll go to the second half in just a moment, and it promises to be a good one in the Dome. The second half kickoff is in the air, and Redemptorist will get it to start the second half as Neal is returning it out to about the 15-yard line. His forward progress stops right there. Redemptorist will go on the attack at that point. Tonight's game brought to you by Cracker Barrel, statewide in Louisiana by Hampton Inns and Suites in New Orleans, and from Redemptorist, Patty Nelson, Burns & Company, City Cafe, Squeaky Miranda, Dennis Stewart Equipment Company, Phil's Orchard Bar, and Seafood Restaurant by Berg's Drugstore, Greg Lowe, by Avoy's Cafe, Marino's Florist, Sam Marino, Style Masters, Kay Buxton and Baker, Dykes Electric, J. Dykes, Fruitland, Bill Schultz, Rusty and all the Pistoladas, Tom Play and Tom Play Welding Supplies, OJ, Bobby, Mike and Keith Baker Hardware, George Brown and the gang, and then Mathern Contractors, Don Mathern and Bobby Sheets. On first down, the Wolves get it out to the 20-yard line. And that's a nice gain on first down.
We were talking about average starting field position. John Curtis, their own 40. Redemptorist, their average starting position, their own 17-yard line. Here they started on their 15, so the field position not getting any better for Redemptorist, but they still lead it 6-0.
All right, let's see what Redemptorist does on second down. And 5 to go as Sheets is handing off to Lucas, and Lucas is running and pulling Patriots with him across the 35 to the 36. Gilmore holds on for John Curtis.
And Jay Lucas just shows a lot of power football right here. A huge hole for him, but watch this. Just carrying people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jay Lucas.
Out to the 36-yard line and a first down for the Wolves. 2 men in the backfield as Sheets is pitching it to Lucas. And
Look
look
out!
at the acceleration by Lucas, and I don't know if they're going to catch him. Jay Lucas trying to get to the corner. Lucas is in there. Touchdown, Redemptorist.
Jay Lucas. Touchdown, Wolves.
Well, if you're going to tackle him, you better get him early on. What speed he has. Lucas takes it all the way for the Wolves, and Redemptorist ups their lead to 12 to nothing.
Another good hole, and Jay Lucas just turning on the afterburners. Touchdown, Wolves.
Redemptorist lines up to go for 2. And they'll put a receiver out to the right and to the left. And Sheets is throwing it in the middle, and that one is picked off. And so the 2-point conversion is no good. But the Wolves do get a 2-touchdown lead, and they lead it. And fireworks early on in the second half by the young men from Baton Rouge. Let's look at the run again by Jay Lucas.
About right here is when you realize you're in trouble because he's pulling away. 3 plays, 85 yards, 127 off the clock. Lucas, 64-yard touchdown gallop.
Let's go down to Tressie Linedecker.
Thank you so much, Dennis. I'm standing down here with State Superintendent Cecil Picard. Mr. Picard, how are you enjoying the games thus far?
Oh, this is a great thrill for me, especially having a nephew who played on the Vermilion Catholic State Championship team, but also as a former member of the executive committee of LHSAA when I was a principal in Maurice many years ago. This is a great milestone because LHSAA is now in its 83rd year. And as a former principal and now state superintendent, I always said that athletics and academics complemented each other. And this is a great example of the thrill that we're seeing here in the Superdome today.
Yeah, you couldn't be more right. You said you had a nephew who played for Vermilion Catholic, so I'm sure right now they're very excited.
They're very excited because I'll be honest with you, I never thought that they would win the district championship team, but I chose you with good coaching and a lot of emotion and adrenaline. Once you get to the Dome, it's just a matter of fact after that. So they had 2 good teams. Kidwood had not been scored on in the playoffs, but there were 2 good teams who played a great game, and I'm just excited to be part of this process.
Thank you so much, Mr. Picard.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
What a great statement. Athletics, academics complement each other. And there is the handoff to Gellner to the right side, and Gellner's going to get about 2 yards. Roderick Valier and McFadden on the hit for the Redemptorist Wolves, but my goodness, what a run by Jay Lucas, and he's had 2 of them tonight.
Well, Jay Lucas, 6 carries, 165 yards and 2 TDs, and Dennis, that's just averaging about 28 yards a carry.
Second down and 8 to go for Curtis as they play from behind at 12 to nothing, and they'll just hand it off in there straight ahead to Bush, and Bush is a good one for John Curtis, and he comes pounding the ball out across the 40. McFadden pulls him down, but not before Bush has a first down for the Patriots at the 41-yard line.
Curtis goes to the no-huddle offense.
Just a straight dive there to the left side and a gain of maybe 2 yards on first down. So John Curtis, Rob, what do? Do they stay with their game plan that's
absolutely.
early on with 9:18 to go in the third quarter?
Yeah, they will.
Bush again, he's covered up and polished off by several hungry Wolves there in the middle of the field. Look at that big man. For Redemptorist, number 71, Torrey Bird.
6'2", 290, and I say he's not an ounce under 300.
Tight formation for Curtis with a wide man out to the left, and Thiel is looking to throw. He's being chased by Wolves. He breaks away, and he's trying to find a path to maneuver to escape, but he won't escape, and down he goes at the 42. Big Bird got him again.
Well,
Fourth down.
The freshman did a good job of keeping his head there and not just firing one up. You'd rather take the sack than have one pick.
Josh Medley is punting it away for Curtis. Redemptorist Calvin catches the ball, and down he goes immediately at his own 24.5-yard line. Joe McKnight down the field very quickly for the John Curtis Patriots. Redemptorist will get it again for the second time. They scored the first time on Cox Sports Television. Justin Rogers in the game at quarterback, handing to Johnson, and Johnson is slowed in the backfield, and he'll lean back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain on first down for Johnson and the Wolves. Bush in the game on the tackle for John Curtis.
So Redemptorist leads at 12-0 with 7:30 to go in the third quarter, and Jay Lucas is piling up the yardage.
A big crowd enjoying the 4A state championship game as Johnson is trying to get to the outside. He won't find it out there, so he'll reverse it back and try to go up the middle of the field, and he'll make something out of nothing as he goes out to about the 28-yard line, and Cody DeMack halted his forward progress right there at the 27, and will set up a third down and 7 for the green and white Wolves of Redemptorist.
Very similar to the run Jay Lucas made to the opposite side, but this time John Curtis and the pursuit catch up with him, and he picks up 3, but certainly could have lost 3 or 4 on the play, made something out of nothing. Timeout's been called, Redemptorist.
All right, Redemptorist calls timeout to talk about this third down play, 3rd and 7. The Wolves are 1 for 4 on third down. And they'll talk about it on both sides, and gives both coaches a chance to talk to their troops. Everybody having fun in the Louisiana Superdome, and we hope that you are enjoying tonight's game. An exclusive presentation of Cox Sports Television. With Rob Mushmack, I'm Dennis McCain. Tressie Linedecker is our sideline reporter, and we're going to go to Tressie right now.
Guys, I'm standing down here with the talented Michael Hawthorne, the poster recipient winner.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it was truly an honor to win the contest. There were over 300 entries in the contest, and the design for the poster it came about through a collaboration between myself and my 2 art teachers, and we came up with the design together, and then I went to town making it, and they had tried to enter the contest a few years before, and never really had a chance to win it, and so this year I was really surprised when I did win, and I'm going to see if I can try to get some Sugar Bowl tickets out of this, maybe.
I think everyone's trying to get Sugar Bowl tickets. Dennis and Rob, I also want you to know that this guy does play-by-play and color commentating, so you may have your work cut out for you. Back up to you guys.
And I'm sure he does a great job. That's a beautiful poster.
Well, if he does color commentating as well as he draws, I'm out. I'm done.
Redemptorist comes up just a little short in a nice run up the middle, Rob, and only about a half-yard short. So the Wolves, you know, they're going to have to punt it now to the Patriots. Bush and McKnight.
Actually, that poster is really, they picked that poster, and that's actually the cover of the state championship football program.
Anderson is punting the ball, and it's going down, and Bush is muffing the ball, but Bush falls right on it, and that's about 3 or 4 times tonight that John Curtis has dropped the ball, but they were able to fall right on the pigskin. Cox Sports Television has the ultimate college hoops plan for you. We have over 100 action-packed men's and women's games, and we have games involving Gulf Coast teams, top-ranked teams, and some great long-time rivalries. We got it all right here on Cox Sports Television. Check your local listings or log on to www.coxsportstv.com for a complete TV schedule.
So the Patriots have it following the 42-yard punt by Redemptorist.
In the middle goes Gelder with the ball, and he puts his head down and pounds in there for maybe 3 yards on first down. 2.5. Washington and Burns hit him for the Redemptorist Wolves. Second and a long, 7 to go, and that's Mott with it, and the Wolves are right there in the middle, and they stack it up. A lot of Wolves in the middle and nowhere to go for Jeremy Mott.
Closing in on 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And John Curtis talks it over with one of his longtime assistants. And Sid Edwards looking on.
Third down, a long 5 to go. 1 for 7 for Curtis on third down, as Thiel is throwing the ball and completing it. A nice pass out there to Taylor, who catches it at the 37-yard line. And Taylor went down and hooked and looked back at his quarterback, and Thiel, the freshman, put it right there, Rob.
Certainly did. Nice throw that time, set his feet. Stepped into the throw and put it right where you got to put it. First down, John Curtis.
Neal was defending. First down for the Patriots. They needed that first down at the 36-yard line, and Thiel will keep it and dance and weave and then pitch it out to a trailing back and out of bounds across midfield.
Well, there's a flag
at the 47.
And there's a flag on the play, and it might have been a forward lateral.
Very close to being a forward lateral, and good-natured that time is Kirk Bush. Says you caught us, and the penalty will go against John Curtis.
So this will be the third penalty of the game on John Curtis.
Gets the red, lost it down, second down.
You talk about a dangerous pitch.
I tell you, very dangerous pitch, but it did appear that he threw it a little bit in front of him, and that's why the penalty was thrown, the penalty flag.
Thiel has it again. He has running room, and now he's back to the middle. He's weaving, he's dancing, and now he's going down the field with it, and he's pulling a Wolf with him. He's pulling 2 Wolves with him, and Thiel goes to the 36-yard line. Calvin hangs on for Redemptorist, but the freshman looked very, very quick and very, very tough on that move out to the right side.
Well, he looked like Fred Astaire is what he looked like. Good footwork. There's one set. There it is again. No, there it is again. And then let's juke him and then get around these guys. Let's just pull people the rest of the way.
Shake and bake and a lot of muscle and down to the 36-yard line. This is a good drive by John Curtis as they try to answer a 12-0 deficit. And there's a nice hole on the right side for Mott. Calvin on the hit for Redemptorist. But the offensive line is starting to open up a few holes here for Curtis.
Coming right at you. And a nice tackle at the end, but they pick up 8. So 2nd and 8, and the Curtis offensive front starting to open up some holes for these backs.
But Mott was very quick to get through the hole that was closing, but he was already through, and he has a 2nd down for his team now. 2nd down and 2 to go for the John Curtis Patriots. 2 men in the backfield, and Thiel is calling the signals, and Thiel's wanting to throw. He's pumping one time, and he's throwing it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. 101 coverage in the Curtis crowd. They want a flag out there. The receiver was stumbling. Taylor was, Darren Taylor, and trying to catch it out there, but he had 101 coverage, and Thiel put it just a little bit too long in the end zone.
Thiel was hit when he released the football and went down on his back, never saw the end of the play. And a timeout has been called for equipment timeout.
And so Curtis tries to make something big happen since they had a 2nd and 2. Now they have a 3rd down and 2. And on 3rd down, they're 2 for 8. Straight ahead with the dive to the 25. That's the 1st down for John Curtis. Scallon and McFadden put a shoulder pad on the ball carrier, but not before Curtis has a 1st down. The length of the football inside the 25-yard line as the clock is ticked down to 2:50 to go in the 3rd period. Right in the middle, and good blocking in there again by Curtis and Kirk Bush. Nothing fancy for John Curtis. Power football as they pound it inside the 20 to the 18, Washington and McFadden. They'll spot it just inside the 19 and make it 2nd down and 4 for the red-shirted John Curtis Patriots. Playing out of River Ridge and trying to win the 19th state championship for that school.
Best drive of the night for John Curtis.
Thiel on the option is pitching, and a good job by Mott controlling the ball, and he's inside the 15. He's hit hard, but he has a 1st down, but that ball was on the ground for a second. A nice bounce, and Mott controlled it. Washington stopped him.
Watch the pitch right here. The ball gets out of Mott's hands there, comes right back up to him. He turns it up the field and picks up the John Curtis 1st down.
At the 13-yard line, it's Bush with it. Bush is inside the 10. You know, some of those plays look like they're only gaining a yard or so, but when they spot the ball, it turns out to be 3 or 4. Valier stopped the forward progress by Bush, and we have a Redemptorist Wolf who is injured on the field.
It's going to be number 55 for the Wolves, inside linebacker Jarrett Scallon. Scallon, a senior, is injured.
Well, let's pause for a moment and then come back on Cox Sports Television. And the Redemptorist linebacker off the field. Welcome back, everybody. Football season isn't over yet. Cox Sports Television is bringing to you live arena football with the New Orleans Voodoo. Catch all the heart-stopping, hard-hitting action starting March the 12th, exclusively on Cox Sports Television. The handoff to Bush again, and Bush is crashing down to around the 6-yard line. Everybody in the middle, Rob. Both teams just bunched up on the inside, and the Patriots attacking and the Wolves defending, and it was Washington and Esnault in there for the Wolves. 3rd down, and a big 3rd down play coming. 3rd down and a long 3 to go for John Curtis. 3 for 9 on 3rd down. They have 2 plays to make the 1st down, and that one is interrupted in the backfield. And down at the 5-yard line, setting up a 4th down.
Wow.
Esnault again. 2 big plays in a row for the young man, Mendel Esnault.
Lucky they didn't lose the football right there. Mott did a nice job of actually getting yards on that play. Look at it right here. When the ball is handed off, he's already been hit. So here is a huge play for both these clubs.
Good play by the senior. 4th down and 3 to go. Here we go. The handoff is in the middle and a hole opens up. And the ball, is it loose there? Have they stopped the forward progress down around the 1 yard line? They have, just outside the 1, but that's a first down for John Curtis and a big 4th down play as they get the first down just outside the 1.
That's going to end the 3rd quarter.
The action will continue in just a moment. An exclusive presentation of Cox Sports Television. If we can get him, let's go. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. We want to thank some local sponsors, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores of Louisiana, Hampton Inns and Suites in New Orleans, Eddie Jacobs, and for Redemptorist, Patty Nelson, Burns and Company, Patty Nelson, City Cafe, Squeaky Miranda, Dennis Stewart Equipment Rental, Phil's Oyster Bar and Seafood Restaurant, Gus Piazza, Berg's Drugstore, Greg Lowe, Avoyles Cafe, Brian Dykes, Marino's Florist, Sam Marino's Tile Masters, Kay Buxton, Dykes Electric, Jay Dykes, Fruitland, Bill Schutz, Rusty and the Pistoladas, Tom Play and Tom Play Welding Supplies, and that's OJ, Bobby, Mike, and Keith Baker Hardware, George Brown and everybody, Mathern Contractors, Don Mathern and Bobby Sheets. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. In the local areas, it's a 1st and goal to go situation for the John Curtis Patriots as they try to break on the scoreboard. And from the 1, they'll have 4 downs to do it. Beal has 2 men in the backfield behind him. Let's see which man he'll go to, or will he keep it himself? He will hand it off and give it in there to Gelder. And Gelder's in the end zone, and the Patriots have a touchdown.
What a drive. John Curtis had to work for every yard they got in that drive, and they got it. It's got to be a good feeling when you've been out there that long and you punch it in.
A good look there at Geldner as he scores for John Curtis. The extra point is still to come, and Medley is the young man who will attempt the extra point for John Curtis. The placement is down. Medley kicks it. Medley has it up and in and through. And now we have a 12-7 game as you look at Medley take it home for the Patriots.
15 plays, 76 yards. 5 minutes and 50 seconds, and Gelder gets the 1-yard touchdown run, and it's 12-7 Redemptorist, 11:57 to go here in the 4A state title game. There you see your scoring drive.
Nice run there by Gelder. Medley converts the extra point, and there's new life on that John Curtis bench. They needed the touchdown, and they got a big drive, and they finished it off in just power football as they took it straight ahead, and the Wolves couldn't keep them out of the end zone.
Never panic. Stay with the game plan. Drove it nearly 80 yards on the ground.
What a good football game. We've had some outstanding games, Rob, in New Orleans, and we play football very, very well in the great state of Louisiana, the hotbed of high school football in the country. John Curtis has closed the gap to 5, and they will kick it off to the goal line, and Neal is bringing it back out to the 29-yard line, and Redemptorist gets the ball back. And you know, when the team scores on you like that, the next time that you get the ball, it's very, very important that you answer and at least make a few first downs and hopefully end up with a touchdown of your own. And if you're on defense, it's important that you stop the other team after your offense has given them a touchdown. Well, the long drive that time, Rob, by the Patriots certainly gave their defense a little rest, and they've been on the field a long time tonight.
Well, they did, and they needed that. They've been threatening all night long, and just with good field position, they just couldn't punch it in. And now it's they've got their first 7, and we got another tight one here in the 4A game. We had some great games here this week.
Rogers is back in at quarterback, and let's see if they'll hand it to Lucas. Well, they'll throw it on first down, and Fairchild has it. And Fairchild is hit. He's kissed and rudely hit hard, and then finally finished off. And the official comes in, Rob, and they drop a flag. Evan Joseph on the hit. But a good call is you see a face mask there, and Fairchild was agreeing with you that his face mask was violated.
Here it is right here. Right here. Right there.
Will it be 5 or 15? It's already 5. Now it's 10. It's 15. A big one against John Curtis. Let's go to Trusty Linedecker.
Thanks, Dennis. I'm standing down here with Vice President of Louisiana for State Farm, Tim McFadden. Tim, State Farm is a title sponsor for this Classic Championship. Why do y'all feel it important to be such a big sponsor in this Classic?
Well, Tressie, education is obviously very important to our company. And at the local level, a lot of our agents and employees are really involved in the high school athletics, the education piece of it. So it's a natural fit for us to be the title sponsor here.
You could not have picked a better game to come down here and watch.
Oh, I tell you what, fantastic. I heard all the games have been great, but this is in particular pretty interesting.
Thank you so much for your time, and thanks to State Farm for sponsoring this Classic Championship.
It's our pleasure. Thanks.
Thanks, Tim. Guys, thank you.
All right, it's the Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic for 2003, and we saw that big facility that State Farm has up in Monroe, Rob, once again, as we hit the road.
Yeah, we've been on the road now for what, buddy, about a week? If you look at the stats, and it's all been on the ground for both these clubs. Time of possession, John Curtis up by almost 10 minutes.
2nd down and 7. Lucas is looking for some running room, and he won't find any. And he won't push the Patriots back either as they grab him, and down he goes at the line of scrimmage.
Still 2 goose eggs under the turnover category. And the rushing yards for Redemptorist up to 217, and John Curtis got a big chunk of their 189 on that last drive. And you keep looking at those 2 goose eggs, and if somebody cough it up or throw an interception that may cost them the ball game.
We've seen some great football, and we still have 10 minutes to go. A big 3rd down play coming here. The pass is going to be caught out to the right side. Caught out there by Calvin, but it's short of a 1st down. His forward progress, though, gets much closer to the mark than it looked like as they were pushing him back, Faubacher was, and so the officials will come in and take a very, very close look at this one. It is short of the 1st down, though, by about a yard.
So Redemptorist has decided to go. 9:22 to go. 4th down and 1.
Nobody's sitting down in the Superdome. Everybody's up. It's 4th down and 1 to go for Redemptorist. Rogers says, let's call timeout. And a few people sit back down, but not for long. An exclusive presentation of Cox Sports Television, the 4A state championship game in the great state of Louisiana. Let's set the situation. 4th down and 1 for the Wolves. They're going to go for it, at least it appears that they'll go for it. Rogers is the quarterback.
You remember the old Wendy's commercial, where's the beef? Well, this is going to come down to the beef. Those 10 guys in the front, if you see red shirts going backwards, they got it. If you see them staying where they're at, Curtis is held.
Redemptorist on 4th and 1, centers the ball. They pitch it to Lucas. Lucas is stacked up, and Lucas won't get to the first down mark. John Curtis has held him, and so what do? You pitch it to Lucas, but 3 John Curtis Patriots were there with size on them, and they hit Lucas and stopped him short. Fabacher and Holmes, the 2 men who were right there to shut Lucas down.
Well, here it is.
What a collision.
Yeah. And just didn't let him get the legs going forward, and John Curtis has held. With 9:04 to go, Curtis has the football, trailing by 5. And has a little bit of momentum.
Well, it's a cliche, but, you know, Sid Edwards tells his defense, I have confidence in you by going for it on 4th down. Now let's see if the defense can respond, and they do on 1st down. A gain of only 2 for Geldner. Washington, Hewlin Washington and Scallon got him for the Wolves. Second down and a short 8 to go for John Curtis as the clock has ticked down to 8 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the 4A championship game. Thiel is handing off in there, and the ball's on the ground, I believe. Apparently recovered by John Curtis, and Bush fell on it. I believe it was loose there for a second, Rob.
About the 5th time today that's happened. Let's take a look at it. Yep, it's on the ground. There it is. So a 3rd down and 8 now for the Patriots.
Wide out to the right side goes a Patriot. Everybody else is in tight, and the Wolves have many men in the box. The handoff is over the left side, and Geldner has the ball, but the Wolves have Geldner, and they knock him down at the 44-yard line, well short of a first down. McFadden, Blaine Burns, 2 of the Wolves who got to him.
And the Patriots will punt it away.
Seven minutes, 22 seconds
it's a fake
to go as they fake it. Curtis does, and that one is going to be close. Now the John Curtis side
did not get it.
Rob, the John Curtis side thinks they think they have it, and the Redemptorist side thinks that he's short, and this one's going to be very, very close.
He's short, Dennis, I believe, by about a half a yard. I don't think he got it.
It was
Here's the play again. You see, they line up and they go with the fake, and Redemptorist gets enough guys over there. They put it where the knee went down. They put it where the knee went down. It's going to be close, but I think it's about a football short.
I think it was Gilmore. They stretch it out. Pull the chain. It's short, well short. Redemptorist has held, and the Wolves get it at the 47-yard line of John Curtis.
Watch the Redemptorist defense here. They actually have an idea what's going on. See them starting to shift over before? They've seen that on film.
Trickery by John Curtis. We saw them do it last year on a play that they beat O.P. Walker with. And they try some more trickery, and Redemptorist is up to the challenge as Neal is the one who tripped up the ball carrier. Sheets is in the game at quarterback again for Redemptorist. He'll put Lucas in motion, then give it to Lucas, and Lucas up the middle across the 40 to the 39, maybe the 38 and a half, and a big run on first down, a gain of 8 for the Wolves.
So it's going to be second down and just over a yard as Lucas got nearly 9 on the first down carry.
And the clock is ticked down to 6:40. The big offensive line comes up and looks face to face with the big defensive four of John Curtis. And there's movement in 5 coming on Redemptorist. Second down now.
Dead ball. Illegal procedure. Yes, white. Beat second down.
Second down and 7 instead of second down and 2 for Redemptorist. Remember that penalty.
Okay.
From the 44-yard line, the Wolves break the huddle. They send Fairchild to the right.
The passing games have been non-existent, but good old-fashioned football has been abundant.
Perkins out to the left, the handoff in the middle. Lucas, first down Wolves, just over the mark.
Not so fast, my friend.
At the 37-yard line, it is a first down for the Redemptorist Wolves. And look at the man they go to, Jay Lucas.
Jay Lucas, right behind the guard, cuts it back, gets first down yardage. 5:53 to go in the game.
Jonathan Lane hit him for the Patriots, but not before Lucas picked up a first down. And here we go, first down for Redemptorist High School from Baton Rouge, playing out of Louisiana's capital city. And they travel southeast to New Orleans. Lucas with it again. Lucas has an opening. Lucas has his head down. He's pulling his way inside the 30 down to the 27 and a half. And that's the way to start a first down as he goes all the way in for a 9-yard gain. And 2 of the Patriots got him, Champagne and Lane.
So the Curtis defense is going to need to come up with a stop. Redemptorist running clock and picking up first downs.
John Curtis has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Redemptorist in a very tight formation except one man who is out to the left. And once again on that second and short, we have a flag that comes flying in. It was 2nd and 2 on the last series of downs, and they got the movement.
Illegal procedure. Yes, white. Beat second down.
Second down and 1 this time, and they get it. And so we have second down and 7 to go, and Sid Edwards doesn't like those movement penalties.
No, he doesn't. You're 2nd and short, and you can just about do anything on that point of the field, anything that's in the playbook. And now you're 2nd and 6. You still got good field position, but it's a lot tougher. 2nd and 6, and they're letting the clock run.
Play clock is down to 6, and once again there's movement. And so what once was second down and only 1 becomes second down and 11.
Illegal procedure.
Now 7 penalties on Redemptorist for 40 yards.
Beat second down.
Well, a little concern there, Rob, because the clock is inside 5 minutes and it's still running at 4:22. And one thing that this has done is they start the clock back. It just continues to run after all of those penalties.
Yep.
And so it's down to 4 minutes. And now 10 seconds to go in the football game, the 4A state championship of Louisiana. Lucas goes in motion. He has the ball. He is running, and he is knifing his way in there inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Johnson and Holmes and others on the tackle for JC.
Third and 3 out of 11 for John Curtis, 1 out of 6 for Redemptorist on third down, so neither team lighting it up on third down conversions today, and here's a big one right here.
Third down and 7 to go. Lucas on the delayed handoff. They were looking for that one, and Lucas is hit in the middle of the field at about the 32.5-yard line, and now an interesting decision for the Redemptorist Wolves because they play it third down, and they'll play it third down and about 6 to go as it flips over to fourth. Actually, and now it's 4th and 6.
4th and 6, right. Jay Lucas just nowhere to go on that play. John Curtis did a nice job of reading that. Immediately got the timeout, and not in field goal range, so will they go or will they punt it deep and try and get them to go 90?
We'll find out when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. We hope that you are enjoying the game as much as the fans and we are in the Louisiana Superdome. Those youngsters from John Curtis, Redemptorist to go for it on 4th down from the 33-yard line and back in the shotgun. Maybe a quick kick, and it is. And the ball is bouncing inside the 10 and at the 9. So a good call by Sid Edwards as the ball is killed at the 8-yard line as Perkins hustles down and touches it dead for Redemptorist. And so John Curtis, if they are to win this game, will have to go 91 yards.
And it's very effective. 91 yards they'll have to go. Jay Lucas in the game, 14 carries, 196 yards. The 4A record back in 1995, Dwayne Woods from Salmon, 216, so he's closing in.
The same formation. Field this time keeps the ball, and it opens up a little bit on the outside. A flag comes in out at the 19-yard line. Well, it looked maybe like a busted play at first, but then Thiel saw it open up, and he just took it to the left. Took it to the left and found a little running room. Valier got him for Redemptorist, and holding is the call against the Patriots.
Coming right at you. A nice looking play, but it's going to be brought back on a holding call. Watch the fake. Well done.
It was a designed play as he reached that left hand out, but he didn't have the ball in it.
After this 2 to go, repeat first down.
And Thiel spun to the outside, and the ball is brought back right where they started. Maybe a loss of a little after the penalty, as it is put down at about the 8.5-yard line. First down, they'll get it over. First down now, though, and 11 to go for the Patriots. Thiel throws it, and Thiel completes it to LeGroux. And LeGroux is out of bounds across the 15.
Just throws it out quickly to the outside, and LeGroux picks up 8 on the play. So second down and about almost 2.
It was Esnald who threw him out of bounds at the 17.
Got out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Second down and a long 2 to go. Thiel to throw after he fakes, and he throws it up in the air, and it's intercepted by Redemptorist. That one was thrown up, and the Wolf, I believe, who charged in there to get it was Johnson. Anthony Johnson playing center field, catches the ball, and the Wolves get a big turnover.
First turnover of the game, the interception. The ball looks like it got deflected. And it did.
Johnson had it all the way as he moved to his right and caught it. And now we only have 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. The Wolves have the ball and the Patriots have one time out left. Nothing doing in the middle that time to the left side. The Patriots want a timeout. Coming in the fall, it's the Louisiana High School Athletic Association Boys and Girls Basketball Championships. Cox Sports Television will be airing all 14 boys and girls games. And you can keep a lookout for your favorite teams playing in the finals. That's right here on Cox Sports Television.
Better known as the Sweet 16 and the top 28. All 7 finals from the girls and boys state basketball championships. Right here on Cox Sports Television. And Dennis McCain just handed a note that you and I will be doing all 14 of those contests. So get the vocals ready.
14 games, Rob, in, but I guess 4 days, 2 for girls and 2 for boys. But boy, Hammond does a good job with those girls games.
Oh, they certainly do. They've done a wonderful job at over in Hammond. They play at the Alumni Center at Southeastern. And of course, the Cajun Dome kind of took the top 28 to another level. 1 year drawing over 70,000 folks in there for basketball.
We saw Gerald Hebert here at the championships. He's getting ready for that one. The handoff is to Lucas, and he's fighting with it, and he's rumbling. And he goes to the 33-yard line where Champagne comes up and sticks him for John Curtis. Timeout for John Curtis. Rob, that's the final timeout for John Curtis. So a first down by Redemptorist here, and that's all she wrote.
Redemptorist with 1 timeout remaining. They certainly won't use that if things hold up the way that they have. So John Curtis's defense, it's very simple. You got to hold here. Probably will have to hold on 2 downs because they can run some clock.
Well, on the 4th down, a decision to make if it comes to that, but they would love to get a first down right here, Redemptorist would. And if they do, the 4A state championship trophy would come home to Baton Rouge. From the 33-yard line, it's 3rd down and 7 to go for the Wolves.
1 out of 7.
They say only on the north side of East Baton Rouge Parish. It's Lucas with the ball. Lucas is down around the first down marker, and I believe he has it for the Wolves. Redemptorist has a first down at the 25-yard line, just outside the 25. First down for the Wolves.
Jay Lucas picking his holes, and what an effort at the end to make it to the tape. Watch this. No, watch this. Doesn't have it, still doesn't have it. That got it.
He was maneuvering, and he was looking for just a little hole to get, and then he found one, and then he turned on the power, Lucas did. First down, Wolves.
Lucas within 3 yards of setting a record.
Well, the Redemptorist continues to hand it off as they give it to Johnson. And if the Wolves can protect the football, you can turn out the lights because the party's over. Let's go to Tressie quickly on the sideline.
Thanks, Dennis. I'm standing with Redemptorist High School fans. Their motto has been different league, same song. Looks like they'll be singing a victory song tonight. Guys, back up to you.
They'll only have to center it twice. You do the math, just kneel on it 2 times and the game is over. And that's what the Wolves are doing as Sheets comes up and takes a knee, and the clock ticks down to 54 seconds to go in the 4A state championship game, and the Wolves feel it. They've won it. They won the 3A championship last year. Now they win the 4A championship as they take down John Curtis.
This will be the last play of the ball game right here. The victory formation for Redemptorist.
Sheets is protected well. He kneels on the ball. The Wolves are happy. Sid Edwards is happy. There's only 19 seconds to go, and they won't have to snap it again as the Wolves storm the field, and their fans across the way. They wanted this game all year, Rob, and they got it, and they came up big in the Superdome.
And John Curtis's players won't leave the defensive line until it's over, and it's over. So the Wolves step up in class, but the result is the same. Sid Edwards and his Wolves have won the 4A state title, and John Curtis and Sid Edwards shaking hands at midfield.
What a football game. Two powerhouses in Louisiana. That's 3 state championships in a row. That is if you figure the basketball would end for Sid Edwards. We're going to take a break as both teams congratulate each other on the floor of the Louisiana Superdome.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing down here with Coach Sid Edwards, Redemptorist High School. What a tremendous accomplishment. Won the state title last year in 3A classification, now came back to win the championship in a 4A classification.
Pretty speechless right now, pretty emotional for these seniors. It was a great team effort, and we feel we're just honored to play them, and to beat them is something special.
Coach Edwards, congratulations. I'll let you go and share your victory with your team.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Tressie. He's a class act, the coach of the Redemptorist Wolves, Sid Edwards. And you know, he has a great coaching staff, and if you ask him about the win, he would thank his players, his fans, and his assistant coaches.
Well, he certainly would, and won't take anything away from John Curtis, another class individual, J.T. Curtis, and his football team this year. They were excellent. Tonight, two teams just went head-to-head, and you hate to see somebody lose one like this, but an excellent football game played by both teams. Defenses just all over the field. The offenses just toughing it out for everything they can get. But John Curtis comes up 5 points short of winning their 8th state championship in 9 years and the 19th in the history of the school. Redemptorist gets its 2nd title. Take a look at the final stats. The rushing yards 258 to 206 for Redemptorist. Passing yardage just non-existent for both clubs. You see the total yards, the first downs. Penalties, that one turnover really did not hurt John Curtis other than stopping their drive. They weren't in any type of scoring threat. But the time of possession, nearly even, and it was that type of ball game, an even ball game for nearly 3 hours.
It really was, and it was a hard-fought game, a rugged football game, as John Curtis Sr. comes out to accept the runner-up trophy. He has 18 state championships, his school does, and he's disappointed, but he puts another trophy in that trophy case in River Ridge.
That trophy case is awfully full. It's not just football at John Curtis. You hear so much about it, but they're excellent in baseball. They're women's sports in volleyball, always at the state volleyball championships. Their baseball program is second to none at the 4A level. And their football program, well, just one word sums it up: awesome.
The runner-up in Louisiana, John Curtis, the Patriots.
The next award is the State Farm Outstanding Player Award for John Curtis High School, as selected by the working media of the Northeast Super Bowl Prep Class.
My pick would be Fred Holmes.
The outstanding player for John Curtis High School, number 49, Fred Holmes.
Fred Holmes, a dejected young man, but he played a heck of a football game and very deserving of that outstanding player plaque.
He's a good player, John Curtis.
The next award is the Blackson Official Game Ball, sponsored by the Southern.
Holmes is a senior, 200 pounds, and now the game ball to the Redemptorist coach.
Sid Edwards. Second time in 2 years he's gotten one of those balls. And that ball's not staying with him long.
Oh, very emotional, and the Wolves have won their second in a row.
Jay Lucas?
I think so.
Outstanding player, number 2.
What a player Jay Lucas is. So he wins the football championship last year with his Wolves in 3A. He wins the 3A basketball championship. He was part of that team, and now, well, he has another one in 4A, the championship of the state of Louisiana. The state champions of the state of Louisiana, the Redemptorist High School Wolves from Baton Rouge.
And it's a good thing that that State Farm agent has State Farm insurance, because he's going to need it after that one. That was one of the hardest licks of the night.
Well, they deserve the championship tonight. They played hard. Their defensive line, I thought Rob did an excellent job all night of holding off a great running attack of John Curtis and holding the Patriots to just 7 points for the evening.
Yeah, just 7 points, and the defensive Redemptorists really kept a very, very lethal John Curtis offense out of the end zone all but one time. And it was just a great football game played by two great programs.
Well, let's go to break, and then we'll come back and wrap it up. We'll have more from the Louisiana Superdome after we pause for a moment on Cox Sports Television.